Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Now, the safety of the food we eat is, of course, only as good as the stages it has been on its journey to our dinner tables. Now, a joint investigation by ITV News and the Bureau of Investigative Journalism has discovered that more than a quarter of abattoirs in England, Wales and Northern Ireland have failed a key hygiene check. That raises, of course, the prospect of shoppers being vulnerable to serious cases of food poisoning.
From Britain's £7.3 billion meat trade, we have new evidence of poor hygiene practices and worrying claims of a risk to public health. This industry insider worked as a meat inspector for 20 years. He requested anonymity.
I think it's an inherent lack of enforcement over a number of years, where the industry have just constantly got away by pushing and bullying and harassing staff. Some of the plants I've been into, you've got 5 or 6 seconds to inspect the animal. You could be letting through parasites, you could be letting through contamination.
That could lead to E. coli bacteria in meat, causing food poisoning if it isn't thoroughly cooked. This insider says staff often spread potential contamination.
They'll go from the dirty area, like the holding pens, into the clean areas, the fridges.
Our research shows over a quarter of abattoirs in England, Wales and Northern Ireland fail to fully comply with a key hygiene standard. That's an increase from 25% 5 months ago. Hygiene lapses revealed by our Freedom of Information requests include risk of contamination due to inadequate disinfection, equipment not adequately cleaned and carcasses contaminated during dressing. Nathan Jones has campaigned for meat to be more rigorously policed since his 5-year-old son Mason died of E. coli food poisoning. A coroner in his case called for more spot checks on abattoirs and meat factories.
There's a number of safeguarding processes right the way from the abattoir, right the way through to getting into the food chain itself. And if 1 or 2 or 3 of those checks are not being done correctly, then it's obviously more likely that this will end up in the food chain.
But a spokesman for this industry says it has the world's highest standards.
Nothing could go out to be sold to the consumer unless it had the meat health mark on it. So there's a fail-safe check right at the end.
The Food Standards Agency says its checks ensure public health, but a voice from within this industry has brought new warnings that may worry customers. Chris Choi, News at 10.